Jonas Vingegaard, as you can understand, the Dane, the defending Tour de France, current Tour de France champion, in hot demand at the start. Just as Tadej Pogacar had got his season started last week in southern Spain, Jonas Vingegaard gets his season started here today. The Jumbo-Visma man, a very strong Jumbo-Visma team with lots of Grand Tour support talent in there for him.
There he was in Astana colours. This is this year's Vuelta Ciclista a Andalucía, starting in Jaén province.
Massive, the Tour de France champion goes. Who's got anything left? It's one of the Cofidis riders trying to stamp across, but even now, even at full pelt, Jonas Vingegaard looks totally in control. He's looking over his shoulder to see his damage. Who can come with him?
Here we go, Brian. Here we go. He's being dispatched. He's going. Tadej Pogacar's going. This is the moment we've waited for. Look at that. He's winding. He's looking back to see who's ready. The question is, who is ready? That looks like Santiago Buitrago, who's trying to go with him. Carlos Rodriguez, I don't think has got much left either. Buitrago, I think it is, might just get on there. But there was just a little bit of a lifting. It was so obvious. It was so obvious what was going to happen. And here we are. Tadej Pogacar is riding away with this, but he still has 4 kilometres to go to the top of the climb. Once he tops the top of this first category climb, he will then have 8k to go. Now, admittedly, about 5 or 6k of that is descending, so he'll be into his excellent descending technique, no doubt. But there's still 4k to go. There's an opportunity for a bit of a regrouping behind.
But his attack today has been utterly devastating. The defending Tour de France champion. He'll have looked at Tadej Pogacar last week. You couldn't have missed it. He won 3 stages and the overall of the Ruta del Sol and made it look very easy. He might have looked at that and said, you know what? Anything you can do, I might not be able to do it better, but I can do it just as well. And he's romped away to win today. Great performance by his team, Jumbo-Visma. And you can tell Jonas Vingegaard is in form.
My goodness, is he? And what a message he is sending out this week. 2 races, and he's closing in on the second of 2 wins already this week. And he's ripping up this climb. He's not just settling back to enjoy the stage win. This is about winning the Ruta del Sol overall on the first day. Tadej Pogacar out the saddle inside the final kilometre as he climbs up into Santiago de la Espada. He's going to win this stage and send out a clear message that goes well beyond the 119 riders that started today's stage. It's going to shake the foundations of world cycling at the beginning of the year, and penny for the thoughts, we say, of the riders who are hoping to take him on in July, because as Brian has said, I totally agree with him. He seems enlivened, emboldened. There is a fire lit beneath Tadej Pogacar at the start of this season, and let's hope it maintains, and I'm absolutely certain it will. He's closing in on the finish in Santiago de la Espada, and the group behind are going to be, well, they could even be close to a minute behind him come the finish. He has romped away from them. Hats off to his team, who did an awful lot of work out there for today, but Tadej Pogacar looks over his shoulders. He won't see anyone. The climb itself, Despianacabalos, is called the cutting off the legs of horses, and Tadej Pogacar, through his ride today, well, maybe he's not cut them off completely, but he's certainly tapping on the legs of the other riders and saying, hey, what have you got? The question is, today, not enough, because Tadej Pogacar is taking the win, and he's going to take over the yellow jersey at the Ruta del Sol. Look at that. He's looking around as if to say, well, did I make it look easy? Kinda, yeah. Let's see. It might sound a bit odd for me to be saying this as we watch the yellow jersey lift it. I think Jonas Vingegaard is going by the textbook here. Last man peels off and he goes. Guerrero's got nothing. No, I don't think he's got anything left. That is 2k to go. So our ticker is a little bit ahead. We're about 600 metres out here. One man who isn't, though, is heading onto the gravel. It's really rough up here, just like yesterday. Not quite the cobbles that we had on the ascent of Monte Trega, but it's exactly the same scenario the defending Tour de France champion is going. He's watched Tadej Pogacar win multiple stages of the Ruta del Sol last week, and I was saying at the time, I wonder what Jonas Vingegaard thinks about this. But it turns out, as I said yesterday, he's looked at Pogacar, maybe, or maybe he hasn't, and said, anything you can do, I can do just as well, and he's riding away from the field. Enric Mas is still in contention. Tadej Pogacar knows it too. There's almost something of a smile there. They steepen, 150 to go. I was wrong, he's a little bit longer, but Tadej Pogacar kicks again. This brilliant week of his at the start of the season looks like it's going to keep going in the same way. Here we go. He won on Monday on the gravel of Jaén Pariso. He won the opening stage yesterday, and Tadej Pogacar riding that smooth strip down the middle of the road. He's only gone and done it again. 3 in a row for Tadej Pogacar. What a message to the cycling world that he is yet to lose anything. The only reason he didn't win on Tuesday was because there was no race. So that looks like Jack Haig kicking off. Oh, you poked the bear. If you poke the bear, don't expect him not to bite. He's gone. Oh, already, it's happening already. Look at this. My goodness me, that is Jack Haig as well, who's just given it a little go. He didn't so much poke the bear, just tickled it, and the bear can't help himself. So I'm going to be sick. I'm going to be sick in a minute. I think that's as we see some dodgy camera work. We saw a drone flying over the finish yesterday. Never got to see any pictures from it. I take it did work today, but I think the batteries just died. Yeah, Pogacar swung off. Go on, Rodriguez, you chase now. Jack Haig has attacked 3 times now. And Tadej Pogacar is up for this. Andreas Kron is the next to go, along with Lorenzo Rota and Tadej Pogacar. Rota just dipping inside Andreas Kron and trying to work his way across to Jack Haig, who looks like he's going well today. He looks back to his teammates, Santi Buitrago and others. And Tadej Pogacar's going from the back. He's going right the way from the back. Talk about PlayStation cycling. This is brilliant to watch. He is enjoying himself, Brian. I think he's going to go over the top. He is. Watch this. Have this. This is genius. This is not so much racing tactics. He's just having fun on his bike. Wow.
This is like schoolboy racing. Just go there and give it everything. Kid on, you're at the back and, attack again. This is incredible. But Mas was up for that as well there. But I thought he was looking behind, maybe get wet.
So I'm going to be sick. I'm going to be sick in a minute. I think that's as we see some dodgy camera work. We saw a drone flying over the finish yesterday. Never got to see any pictures from it. I take it did work today, but I think the batteries just died, which is absolutely brilliant. Raw racing, and I would rather watch this than any other kind of racing out there. There's poor old Sivakov, and he's about to get a bit of a shock because this is what Tadej Pogacar said about stage 2 when he was attacked by Mikel Landa. He said, well, I wasn't intending to attack, but they attacked me and I had no choice to go with it. And once again, they've stoked his fire today, and he's happy to pile the coals on. That was a wonderful layback attack right the way to the back of the grid. They must have known that was going to happen. Enric Mas certainly did, Brian. And we've got, arguably 2 of the strongest riders going clear. Can Sivakov hang on?
No one can respond.
What a shot. I love it. The pixelation is atrocious, but I love the view over Vingegaard. Let's hope that drone stays in the air. I'm not sure what it's balanced on, but dearie me, it's making me feel quite ill. There it is in the background. Someone grab it before it drops out of the sky. I love the fact that our local production team have been playing around with that technology. It's bouncy, if nothing else. There's an awful lot of smoke further up the climb here, I can see as well. I think they're climbing into something which is going to be a pretty epic Galician climb. Look at this. This is befitting of the Queen stage, no doubt about it. It might have been shortened in Orense, but this is starting to look like a classic mountain moment. Look at that, above 20% for Jonas Vingegaard. He's really being made to work. Not that you'd know it from the buildings around them. Watch the face of Tadej Pogacar. Is he waiting? What's he got left, and when's he going to do it? Enric Mas has lifted it again. This is a great battle from the Spaniard. They're into the barriers, but you sense he's just waiting. What has Pogacar got left? He's going. The yellow jersey's going, and what has Enric Mas got left to hang on to that back wheel? He is hanging on. Is there one more dig? Is there one more dig in the body of Enric Mas? It doesn't look like it. Tadej Pogacar's kicking clear. He's going to get his 3rd stage win. And the smile is starting to grow from the man who takes 3 stages of this year's Ruta del Sol. And he wants 3 Tours de France. Is this the year he does it? Well, once again, for the 2nd day in a row, it's going to be the Great Dane on top again, the defending Tour de France champion, Jonas Vingegaard, go. And he's been dispatched by Attila Valter, and go was exactly what he did. It was textbook. Valter swung out, and Vingegaard said, right, I'm going to do what I do now. And once again, for the 2nd day in a row, Cofidis, Ioannis Aguirre, Ruben Guerrero had no answer to the acceleration of this man, who for the 2nd day in a row proves himself to be the best. You can see him just in front of him, and Jonas Vingegaard can see Guerrero as well. This is a statement of intent from him today. If he can take the stage win, don't forget, not only will he have won his first ever professional time trial, but he'll have started this season with 3 wins in a row. Tadej Pogacar, anything you can do, I can do even better after last week in the Ruta del Sol. It's going to be, wow, quite an amazing week for the defending Tour de France champion, if he can pull this off. He really is. The Dane is absolutely flying at the start of this season, and if his training pedigree is anything to go by, he's only going to be getting stronger as well. Oh, he's nearly overcooked it around that corner. We're going to see the Portuguese, Ruben Guerreiro, wearing the number 1 on his back, coming to the line, but only just surviving ahead of the man who started 2 minutes behind him, and he's been on a rampage all week, Jonas Vingegaard. Let's see the time. How close can he be to Rowan Dennis's 24:22? Guerreiro finishes 1 minute 20 down on Rowan Dennis. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. The only man to go 23 something. He's won his first professional time trial, Jonas Vingegaard, and in doing so, he's taken 2 victories on one day, because he started this year by winning Gran Camino with 2 incredibly dominant climbing performances and a big notch up in his time trialing capacity.